When the girl tried to save up for a bigger home and secretly set aside a small amount of money, her stepmother eventually discovered it. Furious, she accused the girl of being selfish and hiding money from the family. A heated argument broke out, and instead of defending his daughter, her father remained silent. That was the final straw. Heartbroken but determined, the girl packed a few belongings and left the apartment that she had worked so hard to buy. With nowhere to go, she wandered until she reached the quiet mountains on the outskirts of the city. At first it was terrifying. There was no electricity, no running water, just silence and uncertainty. But for the first time in her life, there was also peace. Using her savings and sheer determination, she began to build a small house with her own hands. Day by day, she learned new skills: carpentry, gardening, even how to fix things she had never touched before. The work was exhausting, but every nail she hammered and every wall she raised made her feel stronger. Slowly, her small mountain home took shape. Word of her story began to spread. People admired her resilience and independence. Some even came to help, bringing supplies or offering support. Over time, the girl not only built a home, but also a new life, one where she was respected, valued, and finally free. And for the first time, she realized something important. She had never been useless. She had just been surrounded by people who refused to see her worth. The stepmother discovered it and immediately exploded in rage, accusing her of being selfish and neglecting the family. She even rallied relatives to condemn her for being unfilial. Worse still, seeing that the girl refused to comply, the stepmother used failing to support the family as an excuse to throw all her belongings out the door, declaring that she would never be welcome in that home again. Her father, completely under the stepmother's control, didn't dare say a single word in her defense. Standing outside the door, staring at the home she had poured her heart into protecting, the girl's heart turned completely cold. With no money and no one to turn to, she had no choice but to head deep into the mountains. Remembering that she had once learned carpentry from an old craftsman in her youth, she decided to use what nature had to offer and build a home of her own with her bare hands. From chopping wood and setting up the frame to laying the roof and finishing the interior, every single step was done by herself alone. Deep in the mountains, the weather was unpredictable. When she was hungry, she ate wild fruits. When she was thirsty, she drank from mountain springs. When she was tired, she leaned against a tree to rest for a while. After a full 3 days, she finally completed a warm little cabin. Although this small cabin has no lavish decorations, it holds within it the girl's strength of character and hope for the future. Can you give this house a rating? If the full score is 100, what would you give it? Feel free to leave a comment below. See you next time.